I just filed bankruptcy. I feel like the story of the brand is supposed to end with bankruptcy and not start with bankruptcy, but this is the story of my brand. Why am I telling you that? Because if my brand is to tell the stories of brands, it starts with me. So this is the story of my business. I grew up doing two things mainly, which was playing soccer, playing football, and making videos. Started doing YouTube in high school, made hundreds of videos. It was just so fun, dude. Just ripping content with my buddies, with my sister. That's genuinely what I wanted to do, bro, was YouTube. Because I just loved to make videos. I wanted to tell stories, entertain people, make people laugh. I just remember watching, videos when I came home from school and being like, damn, bro, like, I want to give that feeling to people. And I knew that I could. So I just started making videos, and I think I genuinely did that. Like, I built a good community, and it was fun. And I did that for like 5 or 6 years. And then I just got burnt out of it, bro. Like, after making so many videos, and my parents were so supportive, but I don't know, I just wasn't making any money. And I don't know. I just felt like I was kind of forcing it. So I got a job managing someone else's personal brand, moved to Utah. I worked with him for like 3 years, and I started to make good money. But that was the first time I ever made good money, and I didn't know what to do with it. Like, bro, I honestly, I got myself into trouble, bro. Got the Amex, got the Tesla. I bought a Tesla, like a fucking $60,000 car. I put $5K down, and I literally had $5K in my bank account. So I remember like buying this car with like, after I bought that car, bro, I had like less than $200 left, and then I had an $800 payment the next month. Plus the insurance was like $400 because I was a 21-year-old. So I'm paying over $1,000 for a car, and I was making like $3,000 or $4,000 a month. It was pretty good money. I was getting paid well. I was learning a lot about content, but bro, I just started to run up the Amex. Like, I don't know, bro. I was skipping levels, which was a hard lesson, dude. Got into a bunch of debt, bro. I have like 20K debt on my Amex. I have like $7,000 on like a Discover card, like another 10K on an Apple card. By the way, you're like, why are you telling me this? 2 reasons. If you don't see somebody lose, you don't want to see them win. For me to tell the stories of brands, I have to tell the story of my own. And this is that. This is how I started my business. I'm working for another personal brand. I'm doing all their content, and this dude's doing well, bro. And it was so inspiring. And I just wanted to live that lifestyle, but I was skipping levels. I wanted to start a business of my own. I wanted to make my own videos again. I wanted that feeling again where I could make a video and I could watch it and be like, bro, I am so proud of this. Like, I had so much fun making this. This embodies my creativity. This is my idea. Like, that's what I missed. But I also didn't want to be doing, the videos how I used to do. I knew I loved business. I knew I was good at telling stories. So I wanted to create films that told the stories of brands. So I quit my job as a social media manager, and I started going hard, bro, trying to find somebody that I can make a film for. And it was a hard ass summer, bro. This was last year. I quit my job. I'm in all this debt. I can't make the payments on my car. I can't make the payments on my credit card because I quit my job. And yeah, I had some money like saved up, but dude, I just couldn't land a deal. I'm cold calling businesses every single day. I was even going door to door. I made these pamphlets. This was my original idea. It says the story of Pips Donuts. This was a brand I wanted to work with. And then on the inside, it said, what story will you tell? This would be like the film. And then my idea was that I would break it up into like short form content. And then on the back, it says the story of your business. What story will you tell? That was the prototype. And then this is the version that I printed. Like, dude, these were on little like printer paper, but the story of your business. What story will you tell? And then I had a little paragraph about each brand, like how Nate and Jamie's Life Savings opened up the world's first donut and chai shop, allowing their family recipes to bless the city of Portland. And then like the short form videos, the story of your business. Like, dude, I made like 10 of these for 10 different brands. I researched all of them, and I took my dad's truck because, dude, my car, I couldn't drive my car like 10 minutes without it. This was not my Tesla. My Tesla got repossessed because I couldn't make the payments. It's funny to me now, bro, but like this was the hardest point of my life. Like, dude, I have so many memories of this last summer, literally like bro. So I'm going door to door, right? I'm in this debt. I quit my job as a social media manager. I want to make my own videos again, but for brands because I love business and I love telling stories. So the brand I wanted to work with most was Skyline Restaurant. It's like this old diner in my city. And I tell my friend, I convince my friend, I'm like, bro, come on, please come with me. Come pitch this business owner with me. So me and him walk in there. Again, I'm driving actually, I think he drove. Like, dude, my car dead ass couldn't drive like 15 minutes without literally just like overheating. It has like 250,000 miles on it. I'm gonna rebuild that car completely one day. I will never sell it. But we walk into Skyline, we pitch the owner, and she just got on with us, bro. Like, she was super friendly. She loved the idea. She loved that we loved her brand and her story. And she said, come back in a couple months. You know, that she was busy. She was doing a bunch of stuff, and she wasn't in a place to produce a film. And this was back in August, by the way. It's May now. So this was literally 9 months ago, which is crazy because I'm just now producing this film for Skyline. But a couple months later, we go back to Skyline, we pitch her, and she's down, bro. She was down. And I literally got a check from her for $750 because we sold her on the film, and then we sold her on short form content that would be the film summarized into different chapters. It was like the main film and then like 12 videos that broke her story down into short form content. And we go to Portland City Grill, which is this restaurant. And dude, I'm up there telling my boy that we closed this deal. And I'm literally crying, like telling him like, dude, I fucking did it. Like, I closed the deal. Like, this has been the hardest summer ever. My mom is paying my rent. I'm eating rice and beans every day, dude, because I don't even have grocery money, bro. I read in my... One sec, actually. Let me go get this. I write 3 pages every day in my journal. This was the first journal I had. I started this in January. This was only 4 months ago that I wrote this, but January 20th, I said, it's been hard not making money in 6+ months. I remember having the thought last night, I can't wait to buy food again. Truly never thought I would ever be this broke. Bro, I wrote, I can't wait to buy food again. Like, I was literally, dude, that's how good this deal felt. Like, me closing this deal, and it was only for $750. Like, that was barely like covering my rent for that month. The house I was living in with my buddies and my sisters, our lease ended up running out, so I moved back home. That's where I am right now. I'm in my parents' garage, bro, filing bankruptcy because I quit my job to start my brand. That's the story of the business right there. And of course, shout out to homie, Juega Bonito. I know I said that hella white, bro, but that's my trainer, bro, Miguel. I'm playing soccer full time. That's really what I want to do other than making videos, just like as a kid. There's 2 things I've always done. I don't care if I'm 35 and I sign my first pro contract, bro, it will happen. Like, I could give a fuck. I'm playing soccer, I'm training twice a day, and I'm working on stories for brands, making films. I just had this realization recently, like, if I'm going to work with other entrepreneurs and break their story down into content that people can connect with, I have to be doing that for my own story. 1, because that's gonna help me be a better storyteller for other brands. And 2, because my own story, the process I'm using is the process I'm offering to brands. If I can't tell the story of my own business, why would I be able to tell the story of someone else's? And that's the reason I'm making this video. If you can't see me lose, you don't want to see me win. It was a hard ass journey, and I definitely learned that you don't have to risk everything to gain something. It's funny, I'm like talking about being broke, like as if I'm not still like going through bankruptcy, bro. But now I'm in a place to talk about it. All I would want for, the people I work with, the brands that I express, is for them to communicate their message and their story as authentically as possible. And that's what I'm trying to do with my own. That's all you can do for your first impression. That's all you can do for your marketing, is to communicate your message and your mission as real as possible, as vulnerable as possible, as you as possible, If people connect with it, they connect with it. And if they don't, it's like, bro, you're whatever you have to offer, it wasn't meant for them, But that's basically the story. Grew up making videos, playing soccer, still playing soccer. I will always, until I'm 40, I'll be playing football, not soccer. For the non-Americans that are watching, my bad, all right? Always made YouTube videos, fell in love with making videos, telling stories, started working for a brand, started making good money, was really bad at it, learned money the hard way, wanted to start my own brand. It was tough. I went all in, lost everything. Well, I didn't have a lot to lose, but I sacrificed everything. And in doing that, I realized that for my message to hit people, I have to be living it. I can't just be selling it. The only other people that I think even know that I'm filing bankruptcy, bro, are I guess my two sisters and my parents and my girl. It was funny, bro. I actually remember telling my girl that I think it would be the best thing for me to do was to just file bankruptcy. She stayed at my house, right? And then the next day we walk out and my car's gone, bro. Like the bank just towed it, bro. Like, so it was good that I told her that night because that would have been like really awkward. So we just walked back to her house and I think we just like made some breakfast burritos or something. It's funny, bro. Like, it's funny because I can look back, like I know the relationship I have with money now. And it's something I cherish, bro. It's an abundant frequency. I'm so fortunate for me to have learned these lessons, even if it was through, the pain that I went through, which was, dude, like, fuck. I remember asking my sister if she could help me pay the water bill this one night, and me just like literally again being in tears, like, bro, can you send me $200? Like, I can't pay the water bill. And she was like, dude, I believe in you. Like, go out there. She said, go out there and sell some videos. I want to make a series, like me documenting just the evolution of my brand. My goal is to just work with bigger and bigger brands. I want to start with Portland and just tell the stories of the biggest brands, and then just move on to, just massive companies, just do like huge productions. I just think that businesses lack like that one video, the video that like just wraps up everything, bro. Like their history, their mission, their journey, their message, and what they offer. But not like, I don't know, a boring ass about page or like meet the founder head ass video, like an actual banger that's like, holy fuck, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Extremely emotional content that just clicks with whoever is actually interested in the product immediately because, well, they obviously resonate with the story. That's the whole point. The story will always beat any other message. But that's where I'm at. Currently doing the story of Skyline. Also helping personal brands make content about their story. You can't leave anything out, bro. That's what I've learned. Like, I remember being scared to talk about this. I remember even thinking like, am I gonna one day make content about this and share this? Like, but it's like, bro, you don't have anything to hide. Especially with money now, I've realized if you really think of it as something that's abundant, you would never want to shy away from talking about it or talking about your journey with it. Honestly, just appreciative to be aligned with that. But that's a bit about me, eh? I appreciate you guys watching, dude. That's where I'm at, bro. Let me know what you guys. Nah, fuck that. I was about to say, let me know what you want to see, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna do me, bro. For real though, if you have a brand, if you have a business, and you're making content for your business, you have to be emotional with your story. You have to be vulnerable in how you develop what you offer. What experiences led you to that? Your offer is not going to resonate. People might be interested in what you have to sell. What people are going to resonate with is what you went through that made you actually want to give people a transformation. If they can see that, then they'll want the transformation, which is the emotion that you sell. That's kind of how I see it. I'm going to keep ripping videos like this, bro. It's just fun. And I'm blessed as well to have just the realest parents, bro. The most supportive people, bro. They're so wise. They're so understanding. They're not rude about watching, their son learn these lessons. But I don't know. This video is gonna hit a lot harder though when people find me where I'm at, and they can go back and be like, holy shit, like the first film that you did was at your parents' house and you had just went through bankruptcy and you fucking documented the whole thing. And now you're doing XYZ business and playing for who knows. But yeah, bro, that's the story. So follow along. If you want help telling the story of your brand, hit me up. Just leave a subscribe, bro. Follow my gram. I'll see y'all next time, bro. I appreciate you.